And so today we are going to talk with an absolute expert, a world renowned, award winning, rock starring expert on helping you with Instagram, helping you with telling your story and living out your purpose and building your brand. So today we're going to talk about getting more leads and sales with Instagram Reels. This is from someone that I really respect. I really appreciate how she shows up in the marketplace. She is unapologetically authentic with her brand, which I think all of us can learn from. And she's just incredible. You are going to love her if you don't already know her. And if you already know her, you already love her. And so please help me welcome Dr. Kimberly Olson. What's going on?
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's quite the intro. Thank you so much, Ray.
yeah. So you've been helping a lot of people more authentically, be themselves while also generating more leads and sales with Instagram. Tell us, how did you just naturally, were you just amazing on Instagram the very first minute you went there, or did you go through a learning process?
We wish, right? We wish it was that easy
Right.
and there was just magic wand. The thing that I've noticed, and you can attest to this, is the online space has changed a lot with the introduction of AI. So, I teach how to use AI. It's great. And people are craving relationships, connection, authenticity. And also, I feel we really are just over information overload. Like, we want truth, we want value, we want to know what people like, what makes them tick, what do they care about. And so, for myself, and what we're seeing the results with our students is people really leading into what I call their truth pillars. They're using social media as a way to, build their brands and get leads and all of that. But it's going to come from them being really clear on who they really are. And you're one of the best out there at this, where you do share your struggle. Like, the way I really grabbed onto you way back in 2017 as a coach of mine was your story of you
Mm,
struggling with, alcohol and all of that. And I had been struggling and had stepped into sobriety. And I was so connected to that. Like, gosh, he
mm,
knows. He's been in the depths of hell. He knows what it's like
yeah.
to be broke and all of that. And you did it inherently. We need that, you guys. So if you're just doing chat GPT prompts and copy and pasting and using too much AI, like, it's not going to work. And so it's really going back to what we've always known, which is who we are. But people just fear that, I think. And they also don't know what that actually looks like.
Yeah, for sure. And so lately, I mean, I've just been seeing your brand everywhere, just been seeing you rock. Was there one kind of epiphany, or was there one kind of aha that helped you, go from, not the brand that you are to the brand that you are? Or is it a series of steps?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people know Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And on that day, I started binging his stuff. And this isn't about, sides or politics. I started binging his stuff and I saw how this man spoke his truth and what he believed in. And I was
Big
like,
time.
it was like sitting there taking notes, going, that is what it looks like to be a godly person and share what you know, regardless if people will unsubscribe. And I went live and I just talked about it and how it impacted me. And I was getting so much hate. My social media girl was like, Kimberly, you're getting thousands of people unfollowing you. And I knew, I was like, okay, all gloves are off. Like, I have stepped into the territory of not caring what people think, because
Yeah.
God was doing housekeeping for me. And guess what happened? My following like went way up. My reach,
Mm.
I've never reached more people in my life because I'm reaching the right people.
That's a fairly recent thing. I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And so, it's cool about building a brand, you guys, is that, you can build a brand, you can make sales. But when you can truly know that you are showing up the way that God has called you to show up, all I want to know is when I get to heaven, he's like, way to go, girl. Way to represent. Like, I don't care who follows me. I care that I was following how he wanted me to, what he wanted me to do. And I know when I wake up and go to sleep that I've done that. That's really all we have to do each day.
There you go. Awesome. Well, I know you got some, things you're going to show us. And so I got my notepad here. I'm going to be paying attention.
Love
Instagram,
it.
obviously red hot, and you are just a fantastic trainer on that. And so I'll let you rock it out.
We're going to talk about reel domination. Okay, you guys, how many of you know that reels, short form video, by the way, we can repurpose these on YouTube, links in all the places. How many of you know watching this right now know you need to do more reels? Like, every time I do training on this, people go, oh, I know I need to do more reels. It's just one of those things that, we know we need to do more of it, but we're not. But I'm going to show you today exactly what you need to do. I'm literally going to give you the playbook. So if you're sitting here going, I don't know what to do for the reels, what kind of reels should I be doing? What is it look like? I'm actually going to share that with you guys so you can see exactly what in real time what it's going to look like for you. So let me know in the comments who here knows they need to step up the Reels game. The other really cool thing, you guys, is we know in order for you to grow, you've got to get in front of new people. You've got to get in front of new people. How are you going to do that? The number one way to get in front of new people is short form video. How amazing is that? You lean into this. Not only are you going to learn how to sell through your Reels, yes, because we want to convert, we want to make sales, going to get your message out there, but you're going to get in front of new people. It's about visibility. It's about getting your reach. That's why I love social media. I'm such a fan because you can reach people from around the world that you never would have otherwise been able to connect with. You can make the world a better place through social media, and that's going to come from your content. So we'll talk about that. So if you've never had success before, it's okay. If you've never even made $1 before, that's okay. Maybe you have and you want to 10x that. We're going to do that as well. Okay. So you being here lets me know that you are absolutely committed to making your online business profitable, and that fires me up. I worked with this girl, Portia. She almost quit. She would direct sale. She was really, I can't do this anymore. I am just over the grind. Anyone else over the grind? She's like, I'm just spinning my wheels. And I said, please trust me. You're so close. And guess what happened? I get this message from her a couple months later. I've learned how to brand myself and work my business on social media using easy, duplicatable systems and tools. We've leveled up to the top 2% of my direct selling company and have cultivated a millionaire mindset. Put me in the comments if you want to be able to grow your business and reach new levels of success. But it's up here, right? We know it's always mindset over mechanics. What if you could master your mindset? What if you could cultivate a millionaire mindset? That can absolutely come through the power of learning how to brand yourself, learning how to show up on social in alignment with who you really are. So here's what's in store. We're going to learn the exact types of reels you need. We're going to look at how to stop the scroll. Now, we're not doing the gimmicky, dancing and all the things. And if that's your personality, go for it. Some of my favorite reels are when my kids were in the background being all crazy and silly. You do you, right? Whatever your personality is. But my point is, we want to stop the scroll because in order for you to make a sale, you've got to get people to stop and look at your content. Developing a consistent strategy to generate leads. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you are generating leads consistently from your reels? 0 is you're not even doing reels. 10 is you get new leads every day from your reels. Let me know in the comments so I can kind of see where everyone's at for that. Turning Messenger inbox into your own personal ATM. You know the Kim Kardashian gift, this one? She's a mogul, right? Like she's a businesswoman. And this is one of my favorite gifts where she's doing the money thing because my name is, short for Kimberly is Kim. How many of you would like to do that? Like you'd like to use that gift thinking about your inbox? I love booking consults and one-to-one calls. And I think everybody should feel comfortable doing that. But what if you could do a big portion of your sales in the inbox? Okay. How powerful would that be for you? And converting sales easily through DMs with a conversation close. Ray and I were just talking about scripting and how it comes really naturally to him. A lot of people struggle with this, you guys, and that's okay. And this is a skill you can learn. I want you to write that down in your notes or say it to yourself. I can learn new skills. This is what I'm here to tell you. You've got to learn new skills because the game has changed. Social media has changed. Marketing has changed. Sales has changed in that conversation. So feeling comfortable having conversations is crucial. Or maybe it's been a little bit. Maybe you've had ups, downs. Maybe you do have comma checks and you want a 5-figure check. That is the power with growth and learning new skills. Did you guys know? This blew my mind when I looked this up. And this is a couple years ago, so it's probably even more. Well, I don't know last year's numbers. I think it's slightly higher. The average Instagram content creator, by the way, if any of you create content on Instagram, do reels, do posts, you are a content creator. So I'm not talking content creators in the traditional sense. Instagram content creators here in the US, average annual pay is $116,000, which means obviously some are making millions, some are making $10, right? But look at the average. I mean, if you would have told me I could make 6 figures creating content when I was in college getting my undergrad, I would have laughed, right? That just shows you how limitless this platform is. All right, step 1, learning the exact types of reels you need to be posting every day. When it comes to reels, let me know in the comments if you are a 1. Most struggle with what to post, so they find themselves not posting or it's totally random. Put a 1 in the comments if you feel like you want to do reels. So you're like, all right, Ray and Kimberly, like this topic is for me. This sounds awesome, but what do I actually post? Put a 1 in the comments. Put a 2 in the comments if achieving the essential art of stopping the scroll and viral hook strategies that work is something that you need help with. Put a 2 in the comments. Those that crush reels, we know that the name of the game is what people see on that video right on the screen or the video itself. That is everything. Because if you can't figure out how to get somebody to stop and look at your video, they're not going to make it to the caption. If they don't make it to the caption, they're not going to comment. If they don't comment, they're not going to make it to the DMs, which means you're not going to make the sale. Everything starts with this, you guys. So put a 2 in the comments if you're just like, I want to stop the scroll. I want to learn how to actually stop the scroll. Put a 3 in the comments if developing a consistent strategy to generate from the leads from your reels is where you're at. So put a 3 if you are doing the reels, or maybe you're doing some, but you're not converting any leads. So you do reels. You use chat to help you write your caption, right? You do the reels, but you're actually not getting leads. We have to learn how to get people to watch the reel, read the caption, and from the caption, get the actual comments with the leads. And I'm going to show you actual footage of what that looks like. Okay. So if you do the reel the right way, this is what your feed's going to look like. Okay, this is a lead reel. Okay, I generated leads from this. Guide. That's what you're getting from your reels. This is what I want to see. Okay, put a 4 in the comments if you are struggling to turn Messenger into an ATM machine. Okay, you don't know how to qualify leads. You don't know how to take the comments and get them into the DMs. They're not seeing your messages. They're not replying. They're ghosting you, or you're getting crickets. Okay, put a 4 in the comments if that's you. You're just thinking there's a disconnect from your content to the inbox. So if you put a 4 if that describes you. And finally, put a 5 if you're not converting the actual sales. So maybe you are doing reels, maybe you're not. At the end of the day, you're going to know if you're having success with this. Like, what's the barometer? It's this one, step 5. Put a 5 in the comments if you need to see more sales happening. You're just thinking, I am missing something because I'm not making the money I know I could be making from my content, or maybe it's declined. Put a 5 if that's you. So what I'm going to teach you, this is kind of interesting, but I was actually in 6 figures of debt when I met Ray. I was in 6 figures of debt. I'm going to show you what happened that year when I found Ray's coaching company, his content. Just started learning about social media and being a brand. 6 figures of debt. Who here has been in 6 figures of debt? I know Ray's story. He was in $1 million in debt. This just goes to show our past does not define us. Okay. It does not define us. You guys, I don't care if you have been sucking at this for years. I want you to know you are a decision away from turning this around, but you've got to own it. You've got to go all in. You've got to say, I am going to show up. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to trust the steps that God lays out for me, and I'm going to be obedient. Look what happened to me. 6 figures of debt to generating consistent 7 figures every year in my business since 2020. And look at this. This is almost laughable. And I love sharing the screenshot to show you. I don't even know. I was like the little engine that could. 2011 to 2017, I was still in the negative with my business. I was not making any money. And then hired my first business coach. Can I get an amen in the comments for the coaches out there? Hired my first business coach, and look what happened when I learned to build a personal brand. Generated my first 6 figures, and the rest is history, as they say. I went from losing money the first couple of years to more than 10xing the year I hired a coach. You guys, you're gonna compress time when you hire a coach or go through a course to learn this stuff. Don't continue to fumble and struggle on your own, okay? The best part is for me, and this fills my cup up, is that my students are also using this system, and it's working for them as well. Look at some of these numbers. Okay, I have ladies who had 100 followers on TikTok to over 5,000. 300 friends on Facebook to almost 9,000 followers. Okay. Even if it's, I left Jennifer at the bottom. I went from 75 followers to 150. She's not sitting here going, 150 followers. Oh, well, she's going, I doubled my follower count. That's what you can do here when you really start to lean into what's possible. Okay. I know you guys are ready to learn. You're like, just show me, right? Put ready in the comments if you're ready. I'm literally going to give you the playbook right now. I'm going to screenshot. I'm going to show you actual reels that I've done. This is exactly what you need to start doing immediately to get Instagram. By the way, I auto post to Facebook. So I'm hitting Facebook. And then I use the repost app, and I also hit LinkedIn, YouTube Short, and my Facebook business page, sometimes Substack. Okay, when it comes to building on Instagram, what are you struggling with the most right now? Put that in the comments for me. What are you struggling with the most with Instagram? Is it reach, visibility? You're not getting engagement. You don't have a content strategy. You just don't even know what to do. Let me know in the comment where you're struggling the most, okay? So let's start off with the best types of reels to post, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm really visual. I love seeing it. So I want to show you reels real examples of what this can look like for your social media. So there are 5 types of reels I'm going to teach you. Reel number 1 is educational. We all know this, right? You've heard it. You've heard Ray talk about it. You got to build value. You need to educate. Ask yourself this question. If you didn't sell anything, what would you be sharing? What would you be teaching? By the way, you don't have to be the expert. You just have to have something to share it with people. Just help them out. What's more appealing, to follow somebody on a weight loss journey and they're like, yeah, I'm down 20 pounds and here's what my meal prep looks like, or following an Instagram fitness model who's ripped and it's just not relatable, and nothing wrong with those ripped people. They're awesome, right? But the person who says, man, I'm down 20 pounds. Here's my plan for the week. That is relatable, right? So let go of the imposter syndrome around this. I want you guys to step into that educator role. You can offer value. You can give tips. You can share things that you're learning, okay? So we want to educate. So there's 20 hooks. Obviously, I'm a business coach. I'm giving people social media strategies. 20 hooks that will increase engagement. Boom. Do you know how much people love this? They're like, thank you for the hooks. Save, 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 right? 5 easy B-roll ideas, save for later. What do I see happening? Save, save, save. Share. Follow. So this type of content, and make a note for yourself, real type number 1, educational. This is how you're actually going to get people to save your content, share your content, and follow you. Can you guys see the gold here on this one? Put a 1 in the comments if you are going to focus on more educational content. Put a 1 in the comments. Just commit to it right now. Okay. Here's another example. These ones do really well. Are you guys surprised? Is ChatGPT frameworks. And you can use this for anything, but this is an example where you can give people a tool, a resource, something of value, and I'll give them prompts that they can use, or I'll have them comment and I'll send them over the prompts. Okay. So again, educational is where you're giving value, you're giving a resource. Sometimes you're just sharing, and sometimes you maybe ask them if they'd like to grab your free resource or join your community or come to your event, okay? So put a 1 in the comments if you're committing to sharing more educational value. This is my favorite type of content. Is number 2 is inspo, inspirational. So motivational, could be faith-based. That's personally my favorite. I love sharing about a faith-based marriage. I love sharing about raising my kids up right. I'm in the preteen era right now. So I love sharing all of that with my audience. And the inspirational content, you know what's really cool about this? No CTA, no CTA. Okay. Unless it's drop a heart if you agree, or, what's one thing you're grateful for right now, but no CTA. It's just to give. It's just to serve. It's just beautiful. It's my favorite kind of work that I can put out there. So inspo, put a 2 in the comments. If you love inspirational content or you want to do more of it, put a 2 in the comments. This is pretty easy to understand. But what's something inspiring to you? Quote graphics do really well. Did you guys know you can take an image and turn it into a reel? So if you have a quote or scripture that you love, upload it in the reel and add music to it, and then it turns it into a reel. So it's a static image, but it turns into like a 4-second video, and now it's a reel. So that can help you guys out if you're not very good at maybe having video, and we call it B-roll, where you take footage of yourself. That's okay. You can actually upload images and turn them into reels. So put a 2 in the comments. If you're like, I can do that, I can start doing more inspirational content. Okay. So here's more examples of the types of inspirational content. For me, it's inspiring that person out there, that woman, a faith-based woman, to say, hey, you can do, God's got you. You can do this. Go get it. What are your dreams? Go follow them. Number 3 is social proof. Social proof, you guys have all heard this before. Social proof is going to be where you show something. So put this in your notes, where you show proof that you have something that works. This is where you're going to talk more about what you do. Okay. For example, who here sells health and wellness products? Social proof is a before and after picture. That's social proof. If you have a screenshot from a customer or client telling you how much you've helped them, ask them for permission, or maybe you can clip it where their name isn't on it. Put that on the video screen. Okay. So this is an example of, I test out different accounts and have more than one Instagram account. So this was a new one I was starting from scratch to test some faceless stuff. And it was showing how my account had grown really quickly, but I showed screenshots of that. Social proof is missing in most of your guys' content from what I can see. Put a 3 in the comments if you're committed to showing more social proof. When's the last time you shared your own results? And it doesn't have to be current. If you're on a weight loss journey, you don't just keep losing weight, you'd be nothing, right? So you can go back and say, man, I was just reflecting on, when I hit this milestone. And I remember how I was before. Take people back, share the story, do that storytelling with social proof, or with the client or a customer. When Mary came to me, this is what she said. And now this is what Mary's saying. Okay. So it's going to be clients, customers, your own story, friends. You can even ask people, hey, I'm looking to share some of the results that people can get if they work with me. And I know we haven't officially worked together, but I'm sure I've helped you in some way. Do you mind, could I utilize you for a testimonial? Your friends will help you. Okay. Especially if you kind of guide them to what you want them to say. Social proof, but we want to see it. So put a note. People need to see the actual social proof. That's why it's called social proof. Put guilty in the comments if you've been scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you're hanging out and you've bought something because there was some influencer putting on, I have this like weird like red light therapy thing that I roll around on my face. And I don't even know where I got it because I saw it in the video and I'm like, oh, I'm 46. I'd like to age gracefully. We've all done that, right? It's the social proof. I saw somebody using it and I was like, what? Look at those results. You can create the same experience by implementing real type number 3. Okay. So put a 3 in the comments if you are going to start using more social proof. Financial, if any of you are in the financial space, whether you teach people how to make money, save money, grow their money, using numbers for money in finances, it might make you feel uncomfortable. Understand that it is our God-given birthright to be abundant and to be prosperous. It says it in the Bible a million times. Okay. I have the devotional cards I made with tons of scripture, literally proving that. So talking about money, think about it this way. We want to make it normal for us to talk about money because the more money we have, the more people we can bless. So financial pieces, you got to make peace with that, but don't feel weird about it. It's helpful for people to see what's possible financially. Number 4, high value. Okay. Think of it this way for number 4. This is going to be your number 1 way to get leads. Okay. So it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time we're offering value. We're inspiring, we're educating, we're sharing. And number 4 is high value where we're going to get it. We're going to ask, okay? We're going to be getting the leads from this. So this is a viral reels guide. I don't even know when I made this. You guys, I have gotten thousands of leads from this viral reels guide that I made. So what you do is you do the reel hooking people to read the caption. And in the caption, you're going to prompt them to put a specific word in the comments to say that they want that thing. My example here, the word was reels. When people dropped reels, we went and DM'd them and sent them the guide. Okay. Of course, asking a couple questions and potentially making sales in the DMs. So put a 4 in the comments if you're somebody who you want to work on getting your freebies out there. People can book calls with you, inviting them into your Facebook group, inviting them into your free training that you're doing, listening to your podcast, whatever it is that you have. A lot of you are in the secret society. Like we don't even know what you do. And you don't want to do that. Also, you don't want to do a one and done. Oh, I'm a coach. And you announce it. I'm a mindset coach. And everyone's like, yay. Okay, no. Every 5th post, okay, what you want to do, because you're going to rotate through these, you want to put a piece of content out there asking for people to raise their hand to take the next step with you. Okay, so it could be your freebie, it could be a low ticket digital product, booking a call with you, so on and so forth. So put a 4 in the comments if you need to work on the lead gen part. You need to work on putting content out there. This is one of my best ones that I did. And by the way, if you guys want to look at my Instagram, it's at the Gold Digger Girl, GOAL. You're going to see I have plenty of reels, and over time they grow and grow, but I have plenty of reels under 1,000 views. Lots of them. My account's sizable. It's 50-some thousand followers. And you know what? Every few reels completely pops off. And once in a while, I'll get one that reaches hundreds of thousands. This one's at like almost 500,000. But the point is with reel number 4, I sure am glad that I utilized high value because guess what? I gave them some tips. Gave some value, 6 things I do immediately after posting my reel. But look what I said. Comment Trello and I'll send you the full system. 2,000 comments. And it still is getting leads. Okay. So what's so cool about this is when you guys trust the process and understand it is a numbers game and they're not all going to go viral and we don't care if they go viral. When you get those big hits or you get the right people commenting and engaging, you're going to see it doesn't matter. The numbers don't matter. Ray can attest to this. I know plenty of people who get millions of views on their content and they're broke. Okay. What we want to do is get in front of the right people. Be okay for people to unfollow you or not engage, knowing that when you're clear about who you are and what you believe in and your values, that you're going to get the right people engaging and responding. Type number 5, entertaining, controversial. This can also be like personal. So maybe it's something happening, maybe it's a talking video where you're just updating people. Maybe you're on vacation with your family. It can just be something fun. So I did bloopers. I was recording myself and I kept messing up. And I was like, I'm going to show that because people can see that I'm a real person and I make mistakes and mess up. So you could just do something fun. Other things that are controversial are things that you stand for. Okay. Do not be vanilla. We're not Switzerland. Okay. We are real people who have beliefs. You can go about things in a way that's tasteful and classy and respectful to others by still sharing what you believe in. Okay. It's not to get nasty or aggressive or anything. We are allowed to disagree with each other, but maybe there's something, maybe it's the adoption system. Maybe it's how, something with animals. Maybe it's just how marriage, you believe marriage could be so much stronger than the way that we're trained up for it to be. What are you passionate about? I just interviewed this woman who wrote this book, Single to Married, God's Way. And when she was talking, man, guys, she is fired up about it. Like she had tears coming down because she's just like, I almost married a counterfeit, like I didn't know what to look for. She is passionate about that. What about you? Put it in the comments. What's something you're passionate about? Where you're almost like, oh, I don't want to say it. Somebody's going to unfollow me. What are you passionate about? I didn't say feisty and angry. I said, what are you passionate about? What do you just think that more people need to be talking about? That's what we're talking about. Okay. If you're just like, I can't do that right now, that's okay. We'll meet you where you are. But I encourage you. What do you believe in? What fires you up? What lights you up? What do you feel that God has called you to communicate into the world? What does that, you might need to pray on this. So put a 5 in the comments if you are willing to let your hair down a little bit, get a little sassy maybe. I love to share this one. This one actually did really, really well. The reel on the left. It's hard to speak up. People are mean sometimes, but remember, if everyone likes you, you might be sugar. Jesus called us to be salt, right? So it's like, you know what? People can be really mean on social, can't they? And that's okay. I'm just saying to my people, what, that's okay. People responded to that because they said, yeah, you know what? That's true. So it could be a little spicy, have a little fun with it. Like I said, let your hair down. So put a 5 in the comments if you know you need to get a little bolder, a little braver. Okay. But number 5, entertaining and controversial. Okay. Real domination allows you to build value through your personal brand at record speed. Put me in the comments if this is helping. Put me in the comments if you're going, okay, I can actually see how this all comes together, the type of content I should be sharing, what it can do for my business, and how I can use Reels to actually increase my visibility and exposure, increase my lead generation, and most importantly, increase my sales. Put me in the comment. Now, I have something really special for you. We actually put this together. This is a special offer. And I know I'm streaming on my wall, so you're going to look out and be able to access this as well. But you have to use just the link that we're going to share for this, because we've never, ever offered this. But Ray, like he said, it's Friends Week. So this is the Friends and Family special. So this is perfect if you guys are ready to monetize your Instagram account. So you're watching right now and you're just like, this is awesome, but I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't know what my brand is. I don't know what my content pillars are. Like, you need to connect the pieces, because let's face it, Instagram is very different than Facebook, and it can feel like the wild, wild west for some of you, and it can feel different. So you do need to learn some simple rules around Instagram. But most importantly, I want to teach you how to qualify your leads, attract the right ones to you. So I'm inviting you to my best-selling course. I've created over 300 digital products, and this is hands down our bestseller. It's called #Instagram. So we have a special link Ray's sharing there for you. But I want to show you exactly how to explode your brand on Instagram. No BS. And what I mean by that is I'm very to the point. The way I teach, and Ray and I, we actually teach in similar ways. Like, we're going to shoot you straight. We're always just going to tell you exactly what you need to implement so you can take action immediately and get those results. Okay. So what do you get when you roll an Instagram? Most importantly, you're going to monetize your brand, attract high quality team members, customers, and clients. And this is just some of the results that some of the ladies have gotten that have gone through it. But look at the reach on this. That's what this is about, is you getting in front of a new audience, you guys getting in front of new people. Okay. So Patricia, she actually reached 1,300 accounts engaged with her. You guys, she got 8,300 new followers. Okay. And then over on the right, you guys can see everything. All of her percentages up 61,000%, 67,000%. So much growth. Okay. Some of the other ladies are saying that, for example, Lisa on the right, she's grown by 13,000 followers last month. That's why I said it doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter if you've not done any Instagram. When you plug into a proven system, and we've proven this with thousands of students that have gone through this, that's what you need. You need that plug and play. You need to know exactly what to do. This gal, she actually came into our program, Instagram, and she reached her reels reached over 25 million views. But this was key. She had already gone through the training, so she knew how to get get from those views. You don't want your videos to go viral and nothing happen with it. She can't keep up with her business now in a good way. She has to hire a VA to help her. Okay. 2 weeks into my Instagram classwork, I did miss one day of posting, but the consistency is really getting my content in front of more people, which I just love hearing that. And I love seeing that. Jennifer, she actually is using the short form videos for Facebook. She says, I reached 100,000 followers on Facebook yesterday. This is so cool. You guys, in 1 year, she went from 2 jobs. She's a single mom to now all she does is her direct sales business full time. So before she had 2 jobs in her network marketing business. Now all she does is her network marketing business. I just love hearing that. More ladies obviously getting lots and lots of leads. Put me in the comments if you'd like to get 140 leads from your stories. We didn't even talk about stories today. 140 leads from one story, okay? And then obviously this girl, her volume per month went from 1,500 in sales to 50,000 in sales. So Instagram will teach you how to build out your brand, get leads, and make money. But what is included? I'm sure you guys are wondering. Access to over 60 video-based lessons. So this is called a mega course. And what I mean by that, I think there's 7 modules. All the videos are very short. I know you guys are busy. Literally watch that video for 5 minutes and then you go implement the step. Okay. So you're going to get 60 video-based lessons, a comprehensive template-based content plan. We give you all the templates you need. You don't want your social media to look janky, right? You want it to look good. I mean, you want to attract high quality people to you. The way that the landscape is now, that we do need to polish our stuff up a little bit. So we give you the templates for that. So your stuff looks really good. Okay. It's all customized to your brand. You're going to get a Trello board. The Trello board is amazing. It's literally, you can use it to record. What are you going to record for your reels? Plan out your content, the whole thing. You can schedule everything right on the board and then boom, you're ready to rock. 1,000 step-by-step reel and story templates and your complete strategy to monetize your Instagram. Module 1 is building your foundation. So I know a lot of you really need to get the A to Z on this. So this is going to make sure you know how to attract leads to you, your content planner, algorithm engagement, hashtags. Hashtags aren't as important anymore, but they do have their place, your Instagram highlights. And my favorite part of module 1 is Instagram daily money making activities. Ray talks about this all the time. It's in what you do daily. The secret to your success is in what you do daily. But most of you pull up your Instagram account and you just stare at your phone. Is that not what it is, right? You need to know exactly what to be doing every single day. 30 minutes a day is all you need with your money making activities to truly grow this thing. But you need to be doing the right things each and every day. And a lot of people struggle with that. Module 2 is the content lab. So we teach you how to use Canva, very basic, but we have templates for you for your static posts, so just images, faceless reels, branded story templates, carousels. Who here wants to do more carousels? Carousels are incredible for educating, getting saves and shares, and then your reel covers. So when you do a reel, you can put a cover on it to kind of polish up your stuff and have it look just stand out, right? It gives it that curve appeal. Module 3, I'm sure you're not surprised, is my favorite because I'm obsessed with reels. Reels Unleashed. So obviously in the scope of this time together, I couldn't show you everything, but I know a lot of you are like, but could you just show me what you mean by that? That's actually what I did in this module is I screen share on my phone and show you the main types of reels: trending audios, B-roll, talking head. That's where you're talking to the camera, faceless, how-to style, and then crafting your captions. Module 4 is Insta Success with Stories. Stories are a gold mine for lead gen and sales. And most people aren't using them the right way. So this entire module is dedicated to stories. Module 5 is all about lead gen, growing your following, attracting lead magnets with lead magnets, generating leads, tracking leads like a ninja, and boosting posts if you want to. Module 6 is all about closing sales. Okay, so it's the sales funnel, your whole sales funnel, sizzling story, your stories, your posture, your online presence, closing in the inbox, in your DMs, the direct ask, and the follow-up formula. So think of this as the final piece where you're going to close the sales. And module 7 is building up your influence and authority. So it's not about becoming an influencer per se. It's how you can put your best foot forward. Engineering your celebrity, rocking your Instagram lives, optional, of course. Boost your visibility with shout outs and your overall brand presence. You're going to get a gorgeous Instagram workbook that you can immediately download or just pull up on your computer. And that's going to allow you to work through the curriculum and keep track of your progress. We have some bonuses for you guys. This will be available just while Ray has this open. So I would say probably for the next week. Everyone who comes in are going to get Sell More with Stan Store. If you don't know how to use Stan Store, you can do everything with Stan Store now. You can do your email marketing, funnels, freebies, everything. Okay. Level up your brand like a boss. Branding is my thing. I do love it. So you get my course on branding. You also get ManyChat, which can fit in nicely for those of you that are busy. You can sync up ManyChat and automate your comments and your DMs for the leads coming in. The AI advantage, everybody wants to know, how to improve their AI skills. So we have a whole ChatGPT mastery course for you. You also get this ultimate social strategy bundle. It's a $2,000 value. So this is going to allow you to really just blow up your social media on all platforms, not just Instagram. And all of this, obviously, the value is about $10,000. Like I said, it's a mega course. It's my best-selling course. I always ask myself, if I invest in this thing, do I think I'll get the ROI on it? But if it's not going to be $10,000 for you guys, what we're doing, like I said, this is ridiculous, but we're going to do it
This
for
is ridiculous.
127. It's ridiculous. I know. We're
Well,
going to do the course
this
for you
I didn't
for
realize how good of a friend I am to you. Like this, guys, this is silly. This is not a $127
I know.
course. This is a
No.
minimum $500 course on the hottest strategies on one of the hottest platforms that exist. Like this is, I'm like, oh my goodness. I started looking at the sales page. I'm like, holy crap. This is not a $127 course. This is nuts.
No,
This is
no, it's not.
absolutely nuts. And
Yeah.
so you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Continue on. I just
Yes,
had to
no,
say that.
no, I appreciate you saying that, and I'm glad you see it as well because when you create something. But this is what I did. I was, we have things, we have the stories, we have the reels, and I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I need to just go all in. I need to go all in, A to Z. Where think of it this way, I want it where you never have to buy another thing on Instagram ever again. If it needs updating, of course we update it because you guys get lifetime access. But that's what this is. It's literally a one-stop shop.
Lifetime
You need
access. You mean they get
lifetime.
lifetime updates?
Yes, lifetime
Oh
updates.
my
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah, I know. And we always like to over deliver. So when you get an
That
item,
is crazy.
it's just incredible. Yes. So it's 127. And for those of you that you just like to have things spread out, you can do a 6 pay of 27, just kind of that out of sight, out of mind. And you might be wondering who it's for. And actually, I think we might have a screenshot to show you this one gal. It's for anyone who is monetizing their brand. If you have a brick and mortar, you need to have an online presence. So if any of you are working with other accounts or you have your own businesses, this is literally for anyone who has a business. Okay. So how long do you have to complete Instagram? You have lifetime access, like we mentioned, including course update. So if there's something new, which we haven't had anything lately, but there's always new things, right? We can add that in there for you. When Tracy came, you guys, to me for Instagram, she had under 1,000 followers. She grew it to over 150. Now it's over 200,000 followers. And it was just about the belief in herself. I want this to be, don't think of it as your life work, but I want you to think about how you can really show up in your content. For some of you, you are afraid of Facebook, of really showing who you are because your high school friends are on there, your husband. If you go over to Instagram, for some of you, it might feel really refreshing to build a brand new audience. That could be a good fresh start for some of you as well. This is the one I wanted to show you. You guys look at this. Pamela, I've been working in my profession as a CPA for over 30 years. Slowly growing my business before being introduced to Kimberly. This year alone, I brought on 50 new clients through Instagram. How many CPAs do you know who would do that, right? And she says she's on track to double her business. It is for anyone who wants to monetize, who wants to use Instagram. And the other cool thing is what you do learn in Instagram, you can apply to Facebook, LinkedIn, your other platforms as well. Now, people sometimes say to me, well, I want to do this, but I need to figure out my niche. I'm in direct sales, but I'm maybe getting into coaching, or you know what, I need to get some clients first and then I'll come back and buy the course, or I need to do blank first. No. This is what we say to you instead. Here's a different perspective. Everything you think you need first, we're going to help you with, and you will do it the right way the first time. I wish I would have had this because I remember when I got into Instagram in 2018, I was clueless. I knew Facebook, I'd gotten that going. I was clueless. I had no idea. I wish I would have had something like that. We show you inside Instagram how to get clients, and possibly for the first time ever, you actually start getting paid consistently for the time that you put in. Okay, so let's connect. There's different ways you can follow me at the Gold Digger Girl. That's what I would prefer because I want you guys to see me in action, so you can kind of see what I'm doing and you can apply it, obviously. But if you come into Instagram, you're going to be in my community, and I'll see you guys that way as well.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, this is not a $127 course. That's crazy. So yeah, if you want all things how to absolutely crush it on Instagram, then I highly recommend it. There's just, I don't bring a lot of Instagram trainers on my platforms, but I am more than happy to bring Dr. Kimberly on here because she knows what she's doing. Clearly, look at the testimonials. And I didn't know the deal. I didn't understand the deal that she was giving before I just witnessed all that. And then she says, "Oh, and by the way, lifetime updates." Like, that's crazy. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
I want it to
So
just be easy, you know? I want
the
people to
only
do this for them.
so the only person that should not get this is if you already got it. Like, there's no reason to buy it twice. But if you don't have this, I mean, man, 127 bucks, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
so, really appreciate you. Thanks for being on here. Man, this was an excellent presentation. I have notes. I'm sure many of you do. Many of you have been commenting like crazy. And so, yeah, check it out. Higdongroup.com/Instabrand. And if 127 is tough for you to swing, she's got the payment plan. So she's literally answering every possible reason not to get it. And so hope you get it. And I hope to see you on Instagram just blowing it up, and just really, really awesome. And so thank you, Kimberly. I really appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do. Love your authenticity and your expertise. They go
Thank
hand in
you.
hand. So,
Thanks for
awesome.
having me, and thanks for everything that you're doing for
Yeah.
our industry. Appreciate you.
Of course, of course. So drop some love for Kimberly, whether you're investing in the course or not. Drop some love for her, and we just deeply appreciate her coming out here today. And so, rock and roll, guys. Again, if you want to get it, higdongroup.com/Instabrand. Be available for a little bit at that price, at least. And just appreciate you guys. So God bless you guys. God bless you, Kimberly, and we just really appreciate you.
You too.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bye, guys.